Well, it is the burning topic here in the Valley. We're going to stay on top of it, looking for answers from the Riverside County shelters. What are they doing and what can be done? Hope you had a great weekend. Since we first talked about the Riverside County shelters, the reaction has been overwhelming. People are outraged over the number of animals Mary Strong reported were killed every month, almost 1,000. Animal advocates are frustrated because this happens in a lot of places, but it's really bad in Riverside County. You're shocked, you're outraged. The world of public animal shelters is sort of like a town without a sheriff. There are laws which are or are not enforced. There are guidelines which are or are not maintained. To start tonight, how did we get here? The Hayden Act in California is supposed to protect animals. All right, we are joined by attorney and animal activist Lauren Wins. Lauren, thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me, Fred.
Okay, why isn't the Hayden Act doing anything here in the state of California?
Yeah, thank you, Fred, for having me on and for raising much needed awareness on this crisis. We have about 4.5 million animals enter shelters each year, and about 500,000 to 1 million of these very adoptable animals are killed as a result. And California is among the very worst in this country, both in terms of kill rates and shelter conditions. And more specifically, we're talking about Riverside County, San Bernardino County, and Los Angeles County. Hayden Act, which California enacted in 1998, but it was challenged on cost grounds because the state's constitution requires that laws which impose new costs onto municipalities must be paid for or reimbursed by the state in order to be reinforceable.
Okay, so let me stop you right there. That being said, if there's a problem with the Hayden Act, then who is overseeing the shelters?
Well, we don't really know. We have the shelter directors, we have the board of supervisors, we have the county, but they seem to just run the shelters with whatever policies they want.
All right, so this is sort of like a town without a sheriff. If there's no real oversight and there's a law in place, but the law is not enforceable, that would mean that everybody can do whatever they want.
Yeah, and what confuses the public is that the statutes that are not enforceable under the Hayden Act have not been repealed. So they are still law. They're just suspended. And we as a society expect government agencies to follow the law.
So what we have here in Riverside County, and I kind of talked to you about this off camera, is a really troubling situation. But given what you're saying right now, until we do more work on it on our end here, there's not a lot that can be done.
There's not a lot that can be done from a standpoint of enforcing the Hayden Act, but there are things that counties and county shelters can do that they cannot use cost as an excuse. There are things that could save lives, bottom line, that are either no cost or low cost. Communities nationwide have achieved placement rates as high as 99% for shelter animals without doing the more costly programs like spay and neuter.
Lauren, appreciate you sharing the insight and coming on tonight.
Thanks for having me.
As you heard, you can come up with a number of reasons why Riverside County-run shelters are taking the approach it is, almost 1,000 animals a month. Different places take different approaches. For example, Palm Springs. Dan Rossi joins us now. Dan, appreciate you joining the program tonight.
Thank you for having me.